So we just got home from the big Pro Mod race up at Flying H drag strip. Had a good time up there. Decided on the way home I was going to work on the S10 since I haven't been able to work on it lately because we've been so busy. However, first things first, had to get the yard mowed. It's rained so much here in Oklahoma that my yard is just growing like crazy lately. So got it looking all good again and then moved on into the shop. So I've had an air leak in here for a while. Finally tracked it down to one of my hose reels leaking. I found one of the O-rings and one of the fittings had actually shrunken up and was allowing air to pass through, making my air compressor run out of air and run more than it should. I tried to fix this before we left for the race, ended up breaking one of the fittings. However, I can't find that fitting to repair that particular hose reel, so it's just as easy to stop at Harbor Freight, buy a new hose reel, and get it installed here so that I can stop listening to my air compressor run so much. Okay, now I can have a little bit of fun. So, had to do a few things there before that happened. I mean, I don't guess I had to, but some stuff needed to be done. Now, it's time to get back on the S10. My first video on this deal, I asked you guys what I should do first. And it was very, very clear, or you guys made your opinions very, very clear. Number one was obviously get with the old man from Old Man's Garage, Bill. Get an ATM carburetor. Check. That's not what this video is about though. First, I went ahead and got some new ignition stuff. Everyone told me I need MSD distributor, an ignition box, and a good coil. So that's what I did. Called up our buddies over at MSD. Got Pro Billet Distributor, Ultra 6AL Plus. I'm not sure if that's the, oh yep, red one. And Blaster 2 coil. So that's what I'm gonna be putting on today. I don't really know how to do it. I've never done this. I assume it's power and grounds for the 6AL and the coil. And I'm betting the distributor plugs into the 6AL and the coil as well. I don't know how to put a distributor in, so that could be fun. Let's figure it out. So I'm gonna go over here, get the old cowl hood off this unit. Already got the pins off, so get this thing off real quick, take a look and see what we got going on in here, see exactly where I should get started. You guys will be happy to know that Jeff Lutz did approve of the cowl hood. Okay, hood's off. I'm gonna need a light or y'all are gonna get mad at me. Get a light in here. Okay, let there be light. So, from what I know, actually I know what I'm gonna do first. I'm going to number each one of these plug wires just so I know exactly what number's what, because I don't know firing order. I mean, laugh at me if you want. We're being honest with each other here, right? So I don't know it. I can probably learn it, figure it out, but I do know which cylinder's which. So I'm going to write it on the spark plug boots up there on the distributor. That way I know how they go back on whenever I put the new distributor in. So right now I'm looking for a spot to put the 6AL box and the coil. Don't really know. The distributor, I've seen Sean do this a ton. So I know this little bolt right there on the hold down has to come out. A little bracket right there holds the distributor down in there. So I also know that I need to get number 1 on top dead center. So that's about the extent of it. I'm going to do just a little bit of research here so that I don't do this wrong. But there is the possibility that I have to call Sean to come over and fix this for me when I mess it up. I also don't know that this distributor will come out with the carburetor on. Okay, I'm going to figure some stuff out. I'll turn this camera back on once I have a plan of action here and let you know how I'm going to go about this. Okay, I got them numbered. Went ahead and cheated, looked it up just to be safe. Promise I'll memorize it. That way y'all don't have to make fun of me anymore. So I still haven't found a spot for the spark box or the coil. That's what I'm going to do now. But if y'all didn't know, I got my own t-shirt now. My first one ever, Phantom Industries. You can go to phantom405.com. I got all sizes in stock, ready to ship. As soon as you get the order in, it's going out the next day, maybe. You know, as long as I'm here, could be, 3 to 5 business days. I promise they're going to get shipped out though. But go ahead, go get you one. I might add some other stuff later on, but the S10 needs a paint job, guys. Lord knows Slick Rick ain't going to do it for free. So go check it out. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I'm going to put some stuff and then figure out how to get the distributor out. And I'll show you how I go about it here shortly. That wasn't too bad, I guess. Got the old one out. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to look or what. I assume it is. I don't know. Wasn't too bad to get to. I do wish I had the distributor wrench. You know, the whole twice bent 9/16 would make that a whole lot easier, but wasn't too bad. Got the 6AL Plus mounted over here on the fender well. I don't know if that's its permanent location. I may move it again once I rewire this thing, but that's going to work for now. So I am going to get the new distributor out of the box, figure out what needs to be done to it. I'm going to sound dumb here. I would assume this is locked out. I don't know that for a fact, so I'm going to look into it, lock it out if need be, and then slide this thing in and start going back together with this thing. All right, new billet goodness here. MSD Pro Billet Distributor. Look how much smaller the cap is. That should make fitment easier, I suppose. You know, as far as getting it in there and just having space between the firewall and what have you. So I believe I can stab this any which way I want. Hold this camera here. Take the cap off. As long as this little guy right here points at number 1, and then obviously spark plug wire number 1 will go to the little point here above it, and then I just when I fire this thing up, I advance it or retard it to get the timing that I will want. So I'm sure I sound like a complete idiot to those of you who have dealt with distributors your entire lives. This is literally the first distributor that I'll have ever stabbed by myself. I've never had a vehicle with a distributor. My first vehicle had one. I didn't mess with cars then, so I'm going to take my time and try to do this right and make sure I don't mess nothing up too bad that it can't be fixed. So I'll let you know when I get this deal stuck in there. All right, I'm steady learning here, guys. It was not locked out, but I took these out, took this roll pin out, rotated this little guy 180 degrees. Now we're locked out. So I'm going to get back to figuring out how to stab this thing and get closer to firing this rig back up. So I'm going to stab it right now. I'm just going to do it. Hold up. All right, it is in there. I think it's right. I think. I'm definitely on top dead center. with the motor on the compression stroke. So I mean, that deal only fits in there one of two ways. One way's right, one way is 180 out. So I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me. I'm used to coils; they just plug in right above the cylinder, but whatever. So for right now, it's late. I can't finish up anyways. I don't have a coil wire, and I don't have a coil mount. So I'm going to get those things, and I will continue this and finish this as soon as I have those things and figure out if this thing is installed right or if we're going to get to see a big fireball. So stick around. I will finish this up as soon as I can. All right, guys, got a little break here. Headed to the post office, and I am shipping my first ever shipment of t-shirts. Kind of a big deal for me. It's not a whole lot, but I do appreciate each and every one of you who have taken the time and spent your hard-earned money to help me out, help me do some more cool things here on my channel, help me keep growing this deal. I may come out with some more merch. I don't know. We'll see how this ends up doing, but I do appreciate each and every one of you for supporting me. I truly mean that. So this bag right here, I don't know if you can see that. It's full, and then I got a few more orders right before I left. So headed to the post office right now. If you placed your order, you will be getting it soon. Sorry for those of you who placed the very first orders. I didn't have the shirts yet. They were supposed to come in. They didn't come in when they were supposed to, but I got them now. They're headed out, and they are on their way. So thanks, guys. As soon as I get this done, I'm headed back to the shop, going to finish putting this new MSD ignition on the S10. So stick around. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, so back on the S10, the distributor's in. I have a bet with a couple of you. You say it's going to be 180 out. I say it's in there the right way, so I'm not going to touch it again besides putting a coil wire on it and then adjusting the timing once I fire this thing up. So distributor's in, 6AL's mounted. I need to wire it up. I didn't have a coil mount or a coil wire the other day, so that's why I couldn't finish it that night. So right now, I believe I've decided I'm going to mount my coil right here-ish, and then I'll get to wiring, and then, I don't know, I should have this thing fired up in an hour or so, I think, but we'll see. So stick around. It's going to fire up the first time. I know it is. It's not going to backfire through the carburetor like some of you guys say, so I'm going to prove you wrong. Also to note, I wasn't totally sure on my distributor placement. I know I've always watched Sean pretty much whenever he drops the distributor in, number one is pointing at number one. And honestly, I guess that's kind of where I am now. So basically, the rotor should point at number one, and then blah, blah, blah. Anyways, mine didn't exactly point at number one, so I was a little confused, but I got some clarification. Turns out it doesn't really matter. So as long as you put the number one spark plug wire over where the rotor is, everything is going to be fine. So there's that. I did learn that. I'm learning a lot as I go here. I've never messed with any of this stuff, so we can learn together if you want. Some of you can laugh at us that don't know. Whatever. I don't care as long as you're watching. All right, we are installed. Coil end up down here. That's probably not its permanent place, but there's a bunch of stuff right in here that's going to have to be moved and will be moved once I rewire and fix this thing up. But for now, that's going to work. Distributor's still in there, still in the same spot. As you all can see, I have not messed with it. The 6AL is over here. Don't mind all the rat's nest. I'm not really cool with doing stuff this way, but I can rig stuff up with the best of them. So that's that. We've pretty simple hookup. So because I got this kit with the Pro Billet Distributor, the coil, and the 6AL, it all kind of plugs in together. Like MSD sends you everything you need to kind of make this work. The only thing I had to buy, because I didn't already have it, was a coil wire, which was a kit from MSD as well, and then the coil mount right there that you can see, because I didn't have one. Other than that, man, this thing was all pretty plug and play. When you get it, you'll see the instructions. It's super easy. So the 6AL requires a power, 12-volt power, and a ground. And then you hook up your switch 12-volt to power it on. Then you hook up your tack wire. You know, if you have a tack inside like I do, you'll hook up your tack wire. And then there's actually a little bundle of wire from the 6AL over to the Pro Billet Distributor. It all plugs right in. Pretty cool stuff. Super simple to install. It will be nicer when I do rewire this thing. But for now, I just want it to run and see where we're at here. So I'm going to read a little more instructions, figure out if there's anything else I need to do with that little red box over there in the corner. And then I'm going to fire this thing up, and it's not going to backfire through the carburetor, and y'all are going to each owe me 20 bucks to bet me. I know who you are. I know your names. Bet's on. Okay, I think I'm ready. This is going to be the legit first fire up. No tricky stuff. I don't know that it's going to fire. I'm pretty sure it's going to fire, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to backfire. So here we go. So this is pretty cool. I just now discovered this thing has Bluetooth. This thing right here has Bluetooth. I'm connected to my phone and controlling stuff on it right now. Look at this. You can set your launch rev limiter, burnout rev limiter. That's crazy. You can do everything in here. Incredible. That's crazy. Holy crap, does it have a little data logger too? It does. Huh. Very interesting. Anyways, just a neat little thing that I just found on here. I'm still figuring everything out on it, but I'm gonna fire this thing up soon. Well, I guess that means it's 180 out, huh? Damn it. Guess I owe y'all some money. Okay. I was not 180 out to begin with. I know this because I spun at 180 and then I was 180 out. So, pull it all back apart again for the third time. I verified I was top dead center on the compression stroke by pulling the spark plug out of number one. Felt the air coming out of the cylinder on the piston's way up. Top dead cylinder, compression stroke on number one. Distributor back in correctly. We're lined up. Coil's hooked up. It should fire up. Let's try it. So it seems like maybe, I'm guessing it's light on timing. Everything feels pretty hot under here right now. So I'm going to get the timing light hooked up and try to verify some timing here and see exactly where we're at. But it did fire up. Brad, you were number one guy to bet me. You were wrong. You're going to owe me $20, bud. Okay, timing light is hooked up. I did spin just a little bit of timing in it already. I think I'm looking for around 34 degrees of timing. That's what I remember people saying small block Chevys take. It's not what an LS takes, but it's not an LS. So fire it up here, check timing. I'll show y'all what we got. Pretty simple. Next time I do it, I will make it a lot easier. But I learned a few things. So right now, I'm going to tighten everything up, and then we're probably going to go take this thing for a drive. I drove this thing. I don't really know what to expect here. I did find out that my old distributor was locked out, so that was one of the things y'all told me to do, but a bunch of y'all told me to get an MSD distributor and get rid of the HEI. So that's what I did. You know, I got the Pro Billet MSD there, got it all stabbed in, letting 180 out, for those of you who are keeping track. It does have a better ignition. I fully believe that the 6AL is a better ignition, plus the 6AL Ultra Plus that I got. That thing's pretty sweet. Bluetooth capabilities, it's ready for boost, it's got timing retards, that way whenever I inevitably add nitrous to this thing, I can pull some timing out without having to do it in the distributor, so very cool. But I don't know what to expect as far as performance-wise just yet, so if anything. But we're gonna go drive it, see what we got here. It may just be me and the fact that I haven't driven it in a while. I may not remember correctly, but it seems like it runs smoother. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It 100% feels like it drives smoother. I'm just throwing that out there. Definitely runs better. Just that little stab there. call me crazy, whatever. Definitely runs better. It feels more responsive. I didn't verify timing before I did all this, so I don't really know what it was before, but I do know what it is now, which I showed y'all there. It's like 34, 34 and a half, 35, somewhere in there. They told me to put between 34 and 36 in it, so we're right there. But I don't know what it was before. Maybe that's why it feels like it runs better now. It for sure didn't run that well before. The old 7.5 end back there is hurting with all that wheel hop we were getting. Definitely runs better. It's a good upgrade there. Nice call, guys, for sure. Oh, there's the sheriff. Hey, bud. He's definitely gonna pull me over. Oh. Oh. Oh, no, he's going. There was brake lights though. That's the most RPM I've taken it to. I've seen like 6,300 that time. And man, I don't feel like it would pull up that high last time. Maybe it would. I never had it that high. I might drive it to work tomorrow. Squealing belt and all. It would spit, sputter, cough, backfire through the carburetor. Way better. All right, so that was a fun little project, challenging because I'd never done it before, but not hard now that I stop and think about it. If I had it to do all over again, I could definitely do it easier and quicker. Follow instructions. I mean, chances are you know someone that knows how to distributor and carburetor and all that good stuff. So listen to their instructions. It's super simple to do. It's not hard. So what I used here was an MSD Pro Billet Bundle. I upgraded my ignition box to the Ultra 6AL Plus. I got this because I didn't want to have multiple boxes to be able to have step retards and stuff like that. And what that is eventually I'm going to add nitrous to this thing. I know myself, it's going to happen. Like, it's just inevitable. So to do that, to pull timing for the nitrous, I was either going to have to retard the distributor whenever I want to run nitrous, or have a separate box that would control a timing pull or something to that effect. This has it all wrapped in one, plus a bunch of other stuff. So pretty cool. The whole, I didn't know about the Bluetooth thing though. That was a surprise to me. I was just kind of going through the instructions, trying to make sure I had everything right before I fired the truck up for the first time. And then I seen Bluetooth and I was like, what is this? And then sure enough, you download an app on your phone, you press a button on the side of the box after you turn the key on, and you can Bluetooth that thing and tell it what to do from your phone. How cool is that? This, you know, the 6AL has been around forever and ever and ever. And it's crazy to see how much it's advanced. It's still the same basic tried and true product, but they're still upgrading it over time. That's pretty cool to see. So it doesn't look the greatest, my install. It will whenever I'm finished with the truck. I just wanted to get this all done and on and fired up and see how the truck ran. And to my surprise, it actually ran considerably better, in my opinion. So anyways, whenever I rewire the truck, I'll definitely remount and rewire everything and make it look nice and neat, because I can't stand all that ratsiness under the hood either. So judge me if you want. I'm judging myself as well, but I'm trying not to think about it too much, because like I said, I just wanted it on there so that I could try it out, see what it's like. Now that that's done, the next project is going to be the ATM carburetor that I got from the old man. Bill, old man's garage, got me hooked up with an E85 carburetor from ATM, and that's the next plan with the truck. So I've got some other stuff that I'll probably do at the same time that I do the carburetor. I don't like the fuel cell that they put in the truck, so I actually got an aluminum fuel cell with a sump on it. And I've got a fuel pump that I have left over from the last S10 I had that I never finished. So this truck already has an MSD Blue on it, which I guess would probably run it on E85, but I don't know. I've got a Holly Black that I know will run this truck on E85, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I don't know if I'll completely redo the fuel system just yet. But as I mentioned in my first video, it's a slippery slope whenever I start doing stuff like this. So I've actually got stuff to redo the fuel system on this truck whenever I'm ready for it. So that's going to be the next video for this truck. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully soon. Obviously not within the next couple weeks, because we are headed to Canada next week. By the time you see this video, I'm going to put this video out this week, but we're going to Canada next week, and then I hear talks of going to another Canadian track the following week. I'm sure there'll be a big announcement about that coming soon. I know a lot of you were up in arms that we weren't going to make it there. We weren't happy about it either, so that's why we're coming. It was huge last year when we were there. You guys showed up, showed out. Like, both Canadian tracks that we hit last year were slam-packed, full, all kinds of racing going on. And we're going to come see y'all again this year. So stay tuned. I believe there's some more news coming about some other tracks up there. So if we're not coming to your area next week, stay tuned. There's a good chance that we're going to be in your area soon. So I'll leave it at that. It's not my place to say. The guys will make a big announcement whenever it's time. If there's an announcement to make. I feel like there's going to be an announcement to make. Anyways. That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you had a good laugh at me learning how to do stuff. I know how to do so much now compared to what I used to whenever I first started this stuff. So it's even kind of humorous to me whenever I find something that I don't totally understand, and I kind of stumble through it. So you guys are laughing at me. You're not going to hurt my feelings, because I was laughing at myself as well. I was hoping I would make it through without a big fireball. It didn't happen. So what I'm guessing happened was I had too much ignition timing in it initially. On that first fire up there, it was not 180 degrees out though. It 100% was not 180 degrees out. I do believe I had too much timing in it, and that is what caused the fireball. I could be wrong. I do know that it was 180 out though. 100% sure on that. So I don't know, guys. Again, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, if you've made it this far to the video and you haven't clicked subscribe yet, subscribe to the channel. Share the channel. I'm gonna keep putting videos out, guys. I'm gonna keep trying to grow this thing as big as I possibly can, and I'm gonna need your help. So share it. Drop me a like. Drop a comment. Tell me what you liked about the video. Tell me what I could have done different here. Tell me what I should do for future plans on the truck. What do you think I should do to this thing? Let's not get too crazy with it, because I ain't got that kind of money. But Tell me what you think I should do with the truck, what you think would be cool with it, and let's see where it goes. So until I see y'all next time, I appreciate you watching, and have a good time.